Big breaking news coming in. Sidhu's advisor, who had hit headlines by making controversial comments on Pakistan and Kashmir and also on Captain Amrinder Singh, has now resigned from the post of Sidhu's advisor. In a cryptic post, he announced his resignation and even went on to name leaders from different parties, saying that they will be responsible if there is any harm to his life. So big news coming in right now from Punjab. The motor mouth advisor of Sidhu, Mali, has finally resigned from his post. Remember, he hit the headlines because of his comments on Pakistan and Kashmir, and also he went on to comment against Captain Amrinder Singh. And Captain himself had come forward and had objected to all the statements that he was making on Pakistan and Kashmir, and even advised them, Mali and the other advisor, to basically just stick to their brief and continue to give advices to Sidhu and not make such outrageous comments. In fact, Sidhu, to talk a lot about this big story that we are covering on Mirror Now, I'm now being joined by Gurpreet. So Gurpreet, days after upping the ante and giving one outrageous statement after another, Mali has finally stepped down. Do we know really what triggered the decision?
Well, that even the Facebook post and on the social media, his resignation did not indicate that whether it's a big jolt to the statements which he has been issuing. But one thing is very clear. Yesterday, there was a strong statement from Punjab in charge, Harish Rawat, who has said that if Navjot Singh Sidhu is unable to remove Malvinder Mali as advisor, he will go and remove him immediately. So after that, we have seen that the whole political situation has been changed. But one thing which is very, very important, Navjot Singh Sidhu did not give any clarification on the statement which he has issued against India, anti-national statement. But now today it's very clear that because of the tremendous pressure from the Congress, finally this Malvinder Mali, as an advisor, he has already stepped down. But why he has stepped down? Because he has been making a lot of statements without applying mind, and even some of the statement had made our national level uproar in the country. So today it's a big jolt to Navjot Singh Sidhu camp, because he was adamant, he did not want to even give the clarification, and moreover Mali was stand by his statement. But if we can see the political scenario, it's the first jolt to Navjot Singh Sidhu camp, because they were very, very adamant that they will never ask Malvinder Mali to step down, but finally he has to step down. It seems that there is a tremendous pressure from the party high command, and especially that message has been delivered to Harish Rawat. And yesterday, after that message, it seems that Navjot Singh Sidhu also got snubbed from the party high command, and he had asked him to step down, and that's why this controversy has been going on. And finally, they wanted to put a lid on this controversy. That's why this advisor, Malvinder Mali, specifically said that he's not going to advise Navjot Singh Sidhu at all, and he's going to step down.
Right, Gurpreet, thank you for sharing all those details. In fact, joining me on this broadcast is senior journalist Vipin Pabbi. Vipin, thank you for taking the time out. If we talk about this latest development and the big breaking news that is coming in, that Sidhu's advisor, the motor mouth advisor, has finally stepped down. How do you read it? Do you think it is a big jolt to Sidhu camp, or there's something else to read into?
Yes, thank you. In fact, I feel that the way things are being handled in Punjab Congress, it shows high level of immaturity. And, this Malvinder Mali statement, and then the other statement by Pyarelal Garg and all that. And the very appointment in the first place actually was shocking. When Navjot Singh Sidhu was made the president, there were 4 working presidents who were made with him. And still, despite that, he wanted to have more advisors. And then he appointed these people who were known to be, kind of motor mouths like himself. So loose cannons in a way. And they have been giving out these statements about Kashmir as, if it's a disputed area, or about Pakistan. So I think the entire scenario, what is happening, is a total show of immaturity on the part of Congress leaders, both at the party high command, to have have appointed people like him and others in top positions, despite knowing that they are loose cannons. They could be speaking anything. They are maverick. It's been their past the way they have handled themselves or, their political history, it was all very well known. And 6 months before the election, trying to change the horse midstream, although they have said that Amrinder will remain the leader, but at the same time to let the party go through such an upheaval 6 months before the elections is suicidal. They're almost trying to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. So that is the kind of situation. And now Harish Rawat has said that he would like to perhaps quit because he has to undertake tours of his own state, which was also a step that the Congress High Command had taken was a big mistake. I would call it a blunder. The political scenario in Punjab should not have been handed over to Harish Rawat, who is himself contesting election or in his home state in Uttarakhand at the same time when Punjab they are doing it. So it is something, but as I said, the entire mishandling of the state that is taking place.
Right. Thank you, Vipin Pabbi, for taking the time out and sharing your perspective on this big story.